do for a living to be able to afford a Koenigsegg? What's the most money you've ever made in a year?
This year we'll do about $26 million.
Oh my God, 16 billion.
6 million.
800 million.
What do you do for a living? What's a secret software tool to find $1 million opportunities?
We use... What's the biggest business opportunity to become financially free?
So what I'd do is I'd make a list of...
Yo, my people, welcome back to The Venture, the #1 platform for aspiring entrepreneurs. Today, we're back in Mayfair, one of the wealthiest parts of London. What are we doing today, bro?
Today we're asking millionaire entrepreneurs how they built their business and the secret to building financial freedom. So stay tuned, it's going to be a banger.
Guys, I love the car.
I'm really late, but yeah, come on.
What do you do for a living?
Very quickly.
Guys, we're trying to inspire the next generation. What do you do for a living?
Born rich.
Yeah.
Construction.
Shipping.
What was the valuation of the company?
It's in the millions, but I can't tell you that.
Oh my God, 16 billion.
16 billion?
Yeah.
Okay.
How does someone become successful today?
It's persistence. Have something in mind and focus on that one thing and just stay persistent.
Yeah.
And when you've got problems, enjoy the problems because you're going to learn from it.
Work hard, never give up,
Yeah.
and have tenacity. And then, to me, you always take care of people.
Yeah.
A business is nothing without people. Be kind, humble, and caring always.
What do rich people know that the poor don't about building wealth?
Connections. Try to go to places where your ideal clients will go as well. And just
Solve a
start
problem.
speaking to people. Don't sell anything, just speak to people.
That's it.
How do you take a business from hundreds of millions to billions?
If you keep your promise to your customers, others will follow. Quality, care, innovation. 3 words.
Being
Your only
innovative.
commercial advantage today is to be quicker and better than your competitor.
What's your LinkedIn?
They can look for Ian Hampton on LinkedIn.
Ian Hampton.
On LinkedIn, yeah.
Okay.
All
Wicked,
right.
man. Appreciate it. Kareem, nice to meet you.
Man, thank you
What's your
so
name?
much. If you had to start again, how would you make your first million?
Put her on OnlyFans.
That's staying in, yeah? That's all right. Excuse me, sorry to disturb you.
Running late.
Can I walk with you? Can I walk with you?
No. Tell her.
Business.
That's Simon. For people that don't know, what do you do for a living?
My original business was a ski business. The bigger business was online travel agency on the beach, and now I'm a non-exec.
What was the valuation of the company, like a ballpark figure?
Highest ever reached 800 million.
What's the one thing the rich know that the poor don't?
Basically, you got to come out of that world where you are earning money based upon your time. So, for example, however well paid I am, it might be £10 an hour, might be £1,000 an hour, but that is my limiting factor. If I can sort of pull outside of that and essentially create a structure where I'm earning at the top from other people's hard work.
That's perfect. What is the biggest gap in the market today?
It's like surfing, right? You have to catch a wave. I caught my wave and I'm sort of sitting on the beach watching the other surfers. So it's really for you guys to decide what's your wave.
Guys, so we just bumped into Simon Cooper. You might recognize him from a few videos ago. He generated over £800 million across his businesses. So the biggest takeaway I took from that is find a pain point within something that you currently suffer from or a problem that you have and create a solution. Those are always the best businesses. Let's keep going. We just started. That's my future car right there.
Yeah?
Yeah, man, that's me. Maybe in black though, not really the blue. Excuse me, sir, sorry to disturb you. We're trying to inspire the next generation.
Yeah, go on.
We've got 200,000 followers.
Yeah, cool.
What do you do for a living, man? I love the car.
Guess. No one's ever guessed yet. Ever. If you guess, I'll give you the car. You've got 3 guesses.
Ooh, hotels.
No, that's one guess.
It's an unusual business.
You won't probably know another person that does it.
You buy and sell yachts.
2. Well, I've got one last
Give me one,
chance.
give me one.
Construction.
No, I print T-shirts.
Oh my God.
So you know when you go to like a concert,
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
see
yeah.
the T-shirts.
Yeah. How long have you been doing that?
Since I was 15 and I'm 60.
Yeah?
It's all I've ever done. Left school early, couldn't read all right.
How much did you start with your
Nothing.
business?
Nothing.
And then what level did your business get to in terms of revenue?
Now, 100 million.
What was that lucky moment for you though?
Met one person, that was it. Away we went.
How did you meet them?
Met them at a concert when I was about 16. I started by myself, but they became a really big customer, and they're still our biggest customer today.
Disturb you. I love the outfit. No? Can I ask you what you do for a living?
Just trying to relax.
No worries. All good. Sorry to disturb you. You look very interesting. What do you do for a living? I'm going to recap the...
That was weird.
Simon, how's it going, man? What are you doing in Mayfair? What's your name?
How's it going, Mike?
I'm Jamal, nice to meet you, man. Guys, people that don't know, what do you do for a living?
We buy and trade land.
What is the turnover of the company?
We've made a few million.
This year, tracking for 6 million for myself.
Congrats, man. What's a $1 billion opportunity in your industry?
If you understand mapping software and approaching landowners, you can secure land for very little money, and then you get planning consent and trade it on to other developers.
So give me like a quick run through. How do I turn the £1 into £1 million?
Step-by-step process. You can use mapping software. Easiest way, go knock on a door. Walk around your area, look for big corner plots, small garage on the side that can be knocked down, access to the rear garden. Doesn't take any money, get out, have a walk. Once you've done that, knock on the door, write them a letter, explain, here's what I want to do, I want to take it through planning at a fixed cost to the owner. Let's just say, buy the land for 500,000. You're not actually buying it 500. That's what you're going to give to the owner. You then take it through planning, can cost between say 8 to 50,000 in professional fees, but that's if you're going for a big site. Once you've got that planning, you then get permission, trade that on to another developer. That developer will make their profit once they build out the site. Okay? You're not going to be building it. Yeah. You use that developer's incoming money, you then give what you've agreed to the landowner, and you take the difference. So let's just say we said, right, Mr. Vendor, we're going to buy your land for 500,000. You've increased the value, say it's now worth $1 million. Developer buys it for you, offer you for £1 million. You give the land over 500, you profit 500.
Okay.
So you literally, between securing it for £1, a couple of thousand to take it through planning, that is the big thing. Everyone thinks to be a property developer, build them out, take 2, 3, 4 years. You don't. Trade the land, exit quick, and that's one of our key business models.
That's a sick opportunity, man. What's a secret software tool to find $1 million opportunities?
I wouldn't say it's a secret, but we use mapping software, such as Nimbus Maps or Land Insight. It's not rocket science.
What is mapping software?
So let's say you live in a small village, right? And you want to find land opportunities in and around where you live. Punch in to that mapping software the area that you want to find the opportunities. It will pinpoint land that might be suitable for redevelopment, right? Once it comes up saying that it is suitable for redevelopment, you then follow a process of approaching those landowners, write them letters, or you go and knock on the door and you explain what you're about and what you want to do, that you're a developer looking for land. And then once you've done that, that's when you start the process of securing a contract with them and getting planning consent and then being able to trade it on.
Where can they find you? What's the Instagrams? If someone wants some help in getting involved in land, what can they do? Can they reach out?
Their Instagram is the Property Developer Masterclass. Okay. There's our website, which is thepdm.co.uk.
Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah. Cheers, mate.
Simon, we'll see you next week in Mayfair. Yes, guys, banging interview with Mike and Simon. So they're in real estate making a whole heap of money. So my biggest takeaway was you can make deal in this world by brokering deals between people. They can secure a piece of land for £1 and sell it on with planning to make some extra money. They turn £1 into $1 million. There's so many ways to make money, man, but you need to be consistent and look for the long term. Let's keep going.
Excuse me, man. I love this car. What do you do for a living? You stole it. You got a Ferrari thief over there.
Yes, guys, so it's been a sick day today. It's currently 12:02. We started out nice and early. It was a bit quiet, I was getting a bit worried, but we've had some banging interviews already. We might even get lunch today, you never know. But usually by now we've got maybe one interview and like 20 rejections, so today has started good. Let's see what more we can get.
Trying to get someone from here. Sounds look interesting. Excuse me, man. Love the outfit, bro.
Thank you.
Can I ask you what you do for a living?
I'm a business owner.
You got a business?
What's this for?
We've got a community of over 200,000 followers, and we interview business owners everywhere and ask them what they do and how they built their business, basically.
Okay.
Yeah?
Right.
So what business do you?
I run One Day, which is a university for entrepreneurs.
What's the most money you've ever made in a year?
This year we'll do about $26 million in bookings.
That's sick, man. And then how much money did you start with?
I ran another company before. It was called Sweatcoin. It's a health and fitness app, but we didn't sell it. It's still working. We raised about $1 million in a pre-seed round in 2019, and that's what we started with.
Do you have a secret framework to pitch to investors?
Well, you start off with what is the problem that you're solving. You need to prove it's a deep problem that millions of people have, so it can't be a small like paper cut issue. When you have a paper cut, you don't really pay any money to solve it, right? Whereas if you have a broken leg, you'll immediately go and pay someone whatever thousands of dollars immediately to go and solve that problem. So you need to prove to investors that this is an actual really deep problem people are willing to pay thousands of dollars or pounds to solve, and that you have a massive wait list of these people.
And then what's the biggest business opportunity in today's world to become financially free?
So what I'd do is I'd make a list of all of the large pieces of enterprise software that big companies are using. And I'd try and find niches of local businesses like dentist chains, nurseries, corner shops, people like this who I can specialize that software down for and sell it to them on a subscription.
What's the secret software tool that millionaires use?
Using Google's keyword and trend information to find what people are actually looking for. But when you Google it yourself, you can't find a good solution that exists for this. Those are ripe opportunities. And then secondly is what I'll Cursor, Lovable, these types of AI coding tools where previously it used to cost, dude, like £500,000 to develop a good piece of software that you can sell to someone. And now if you just hustle yourself, you can do it for no money. And
how do the software tools work?
You've probably been hearing lots about vibe coding. It's like a version of ChatGPT, let's say, where it's actually coding for you as you're talking to it. So you tell it, okay, make the app not look like this, make it look like this. Can you change this button to this button, link this to here? And it's actually coding it all for you as you're working along.
What's the #1 book people need to read to become financially free?
Called The Lean Startup. I love this book. The Lean Startup is all about how to start thinking of running a business or creating a business as a series of experiments, where first you do the smallest test possible to see, is this a problem people want to solve? Then you run a test to see, does anyone want my solution? Then you run a test to see, is it at the right price point? So it's very lean, and it just changes the way you think about how to build a company.
And what's one quote you live by that created 8 figures for you?
On my bedroom wall, when I was growing up as a kid, I put up a poster of Steve Jobs, and it said, you're already naked, there's no reason not to follow your heart. Basically, you're already gonna die. There's no reason not to give it a shot. You're already gonna lose everything. So whatever fear you have, that what are people gonna think of me? What happens if it fails? Are people gonna laugh? All of that's gonna happen anyway. You're dying. You're gonna lose everything. So you might as well give it a shot or 100 while you're alive.
Because they say everything you want is on the other side of fear and embarrassment, right? So you just got to go for it because you're going to die anyway.
You're going to die anyway, so you might as well, at least while you're here, live the life you wanted to live.
Love that, man. Where can people find you?
Go to oneday.org. I'm on at ranbir_Aurora on Instagram.
Thank you so much, man.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Hey guys, sick interview with Ranbir, man, doing 8 figures in his business from a council estate. My one takeaway is find broken leg issues, not paper cut issues, real issues that people will pay money for, not just small inconveniences. But let's see what else we can get today, man. Let's go. Sorry, my man. Love this car, bro. What did you do to afford an AMG GT?
I own a German car parts business and independent specialists, repair specialists.
So what's one piece of advice you'd give to the next generation who want to become financially free?
Drop out of school, work for yourself. Don't listen to all the crap that people tell you. Your GCSEs aren't important.
Really?
Yeah, just get yourself out there and get into business.
Get experience,
yeah? Get experience, bruv, yeah.
Wicked. Do you mind if we ask you a couple questions outside the car? Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. How much money did you start with to build your business?
I started with nothing. It was a family-run business and I took it over when I was 15. Built it from nothing. We now supply parts all over the world, major insurance companies as well.
How much money is the business generating in revenue?
Last year we turned over 1.2 million.
So if you were to start again, how would you make your first million?
I would have just started 5 different businesses, all in different industries, and just networked with a lot of different people.
How did you get your first customers?
Reached out to a lot of insurance companies and asked them for their back order sheets. So I don't know if you know, main dealers struggle with supplying certain car parts to big insurance companies and big corporations, which is where we step in. So there's such a thing called a green part. So you can supply used car parts to insurance companies, providing you've got all the details of the vehicle it's come from. We also have a lot of suppliers of brand new, genuine car parts as well, which 9 times out of 10 the manufacturers can't actually get hold of, but we can get hold of the parts.
You've got the
we've got the relationship with the right people.
Okay. What's one thing rich people know that poor people don't about building wealth?
It's risk management. Like, if you're not willing to take the risk and don't put yourself out there, you're never going to get anything back from it. If you spend your life in a 9-to-5 job, you will live a 9-to-5 life for the rest of your life.
They say fear and embarrassment is on opposite side of success.
You shouldn't be embarrassed. Why should you? We're human. You're human. I'm human. If I do something, it makes you laugh, you're going to forget about it 10 minutes later, aren't you? You're going to fail. Everyone fails.
Get rejected?
Yeah, you're going to get rejected. It's like asking a girl out on a date, isn't it? You're going to get rejected. But you ask 9 birds or 10 birds after a while, eventually they're going to turn around and go to you, yeah, all right, let's go on a date.
Same thing with business then?
Yeah, same thing with business. You're going to get rejected by so many companies that are going to say they can get it from other places, get it cheaper, but eventually you're going to start making them relationships. Do you know what I mean? It's going to work. So you just got to put yourself out there. So.
Good man. And where can people find you?
Car Instagram is everything AMG.
Good man, I appreciate it. What's your name?
Joe.
Sorry, bro. I'm trying to inspire the next generation. Can I ask what you do for a living?
I'm an investing coach.
Do you mind if we just come out of the way if we ask you a couple questions?
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, thank you, man. What's the most money you've made in your business?
I think peak times must have done £50,000 a month.
How did you start the business?
By accident. I actually started working at Goldman Sachs when I was 20 and I started learning about investing. But at the same time, I also used to coach people into investment banking. So I've helped about 1,000 people get into the investment banking world.
What's the biggest investment opportunity for someone to become financially free?
I think quantum computing is very interesting because this is about speed. You know, the technology that can enable a lot of things to be done. Things that could take 5 years can take 5 minutes, right? 5 seconds even. Yeah. And this can affect everything It can affect advertising, computer chips. We're talking even AI. On the downside, it also accelerates like hacking. Hackers and quantum computing is going to be a big problem. But then connectivity, Wi-Fi, internet, data, it's going to be quite huge on the back of it.
What's the biggest business opportunity for someone to come financially free?
One of the most common things that I'm starting to see as an industry is AI agents. There are some tutorials and YouTube videos and this stuff. I think we're at a phase now where people who are not even experts in AI can quickly learn how to set up that type of business and then offer consultations to small businesses on how they can incorporate AI into their business, and then that becomes the upsell.
What's the number one book you need to read to become financially free?
My favorite book is from my mentor, Howard Marks. It's called The Most Important Thing. And what I like about this book is it's uncommon sense for the thoughtful investor.
Okay.
So it's got a very contrarian approach to how he looks at investing. And one of the biggest takeaways from this book is something called first level thinking versus second level thinking. So for example, first level thinking says interest rates get cut, so the pound versus the dollar exchange rate, the currency should depreciate. Second level thinking says interest rates have been cut, but was this expected? If it was expected, then the pound-dollar exchange rate will already have weakened in anticipation for the announcement. And actually, when the announcement happens, if there's profit taken, it could actually strengthen. So it's having that deeper level of thought. If you look deeper, recessions actually get announced 2 quarters after.
Yes.
So actually, have we experienced the pain that we're going to see already?
What's the number one mistake people make when it comes to investing?
The one I see the most is buying too many stocks. I don't know if you watch the show Dragon's Den.
Yeah, of course.
Right. How many times do you see the dragons actually make an investment? It's rare, right? And even some of the companies they don't invest in actually go on to be good businesses. And they look back and say, Dragon's Den said no. And that's okay. You are the dragon and the stocks are pitching to you.
Yeah.
They're pitching to you with their CEO, with their share price, their brand, their logo, their PR, their social media followings, right? And you are the one who is deciding whether you want to part with your cash for a piece of their business. A lot of people approach the stock market the other way around. It's the stock that's begging you to invest.
Bruh, fire.
That's my tip.
Where can people find you, bro?
Instagram.
Yeah.
There's CoachDebs.spa, Stock Pickers Academy. LinkedIn, connect with me on LinkedIn, Debedan Osakita.
Guys, go check out the Big Dragon on LinkedIn, yeah? Thank you, bro. That was fire, man. Yeah, guys, sick interview with Debs. Did 50K in a month. Incredible. My biggest takeaway from him, you have to be the CEO of what you're investing in. Be like a dragon. Be really, really picky. That's what he did, and that's what equated to his success. Let's keep it going. So, we just bumped into Fred down there, and he said that we've got some Koningseggs just around the corner. So hopefully we'll speak to the owners. If we don't speak to them, then oh well, you get to see some nice Koningseggs. But hey, at least we tried. How much are the Koningseggs worth again?
Give or take, these ones about 4 mil.
4 mil on a car. Talk about some serious bread now, man. What do you do for a living to be able to afford a Koningsegg?
I work as everyone else.
Yeah?
Yes.
What business are you in?
Logistics, transports, glass industry.
What's one piece of advice you'd give to someone who wants to get into that business?
Never give up. This is what I always tell young people. No matter what you do in your life, do it with your heart and with the best intentions in your life. This is the most important thing.
Do you mind if we ask you a couple questions outside the car quickly?
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you. And how much money did you start with for your business?
Actually, I started to work when I was 18 years old. You know, I left my parents' house and my first salary was $300.
What's the most the business has generated? Like the 7-8 figure mark, around that range?
Yeah, around that range.
Okay, cool. So what made you believe in yourself?
Because no one else believed. It was exactly this what made me believe in myself. Because when no one believes that you're capable of doing something, I mean, you want to show to yourself and to them that you're really...
prove them wrong, right?
Yeah, you want to prove them wrong, but especially for myself,
Prove it to
for my
yourself.
inner peace.
What business would you recommend for someone to start today?
Today you have a zillions of opportunities, and especially that with the social media, I mean, you just have to make something go viral, you know, like you have like food, restaurants, clothing brands. Find your passion.
Yeah.
First of all, find your passion, and then just move forward.
What's your Instagram? How can people find you?
Karina Lima Racing.
Kareem, lovely to meet you. Yes, guys, sick interview with Karina. She's doing multi-millions with her business. My biggest takeaway is you have to have persistence and you have to have self-belief. There's going to be so many people that doubt you when you're starting your business, but you've just got to ignore it and focus on what you need to do.
Yes, guys, wraps up another banging day in Mayfair. My biggest takeaway was there's money in the streets, network in person, and 5 problems to solve. What about you, bro?
My biggest one was find broken leg issues, not paper cut issues or small inconveniences. Guys, let us know your favourite interview below and stay tuned for the next one.